Now, I know the most sort of commonly asked questions you've had today have been around the Dillian Whyte situation, so we're going to tread over this quite carefully. But how difficult of a week has it been for you not being able to share your full side of that story?
Well, I've shared a lot more than I was supposed to, because for a couple of reasons. One, there was all kind of accusations being thrown around about, you know, this being brushed under the carpet and not dealt with. And it was very important for me, from an integrity point of view, for people to know that a protocol and a schedule was followed by the rules to the centimetre, and that he was cleared to fight by a panel, by the experts, and that he was cleared by the British Boxing Board of Control to fight as well. If you don't agree with that process, I understand. And it's been, you know, I mean, even, like, it wasn't just last week, it was that period where we found out about the problem and had to deal with it. That was the longest 48 hours of my life, you know, and I didn't think that he would be cleared because of the time frame we had to provide evidence, or he had and his team had to provide evidence. He did. He managed to go out, get that evidence, particularly from VADA, which is a blessing that he insisted on VADA testing, and they reviewed all that evidence and cleared him to box. So from my point of view, I wanted people to know that happened, because when it was first reported, it was almost like, you know, there was a problem and it was just sort of swept under the carpet and he boxed. Not at all. Once he's cleared to box, and I have a contract with both fighters, that if they're cleared to fight by those agencies, and particularly British Boxing Board of Control, the fight's on. It doesn't even come into it. Now, the problem he's got is he has to convince all those people, probably via UCAD in some kind of statement or process, I don't know how this works from here, to convince the public that he's innocent. And what I keep saying to him is, if they've cleared him to box at a hearing, surely you understand there's a good chance he might be innocent, right? So let that play out. But the cynics in everybody, it's like, he's cheating, he's guilty, he's this. Maybe in time, maybe that might come out. But in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but in my opinion, my gut feeling, knowing Dillian, knowing what he's been through, knowing how he is so insistent on extreme testing for all his fights, I do believe he's innocent. And I believe that will come out. And when it does, I just hope people who... You know, a lot of people have got agendas. Do you know what I mean? Other promoters, other fighters, Deontay Wilder, you know, I can't believe, like, these people, butter wouldn't melt. Do you know what I mean?
Had something to say as well.
Yeah, but it suits some people to say things, you know? So, again, at the time, we had to deal with it in a way that we were instructed to deal with it. A legal procedure by the rules, and that was done. And I'm very happy with the way it was dealt with. Now, it's over to Dillian Whyte and his team to make sure that that case, that confidential case, is dealt with him, so he can come out with them and say, I'm completely cleared, give me my respect. And the WBC, by the way, who have suspended Dillian Whyte basically based on a couple of articles that they read on the internet, where the commission that he fought in, the drug testing agency, have not suspended him. He could fight on Friday on this show, yet the WBC have. It doesn't make sense. They follow the code and rules of VADA. Dillian Whyte had VADA testing every single week of that fight, passed everyone. But they want to suspend him because another body found the issue that was dealt with in a hearing, and he was not suspended, he was cleared to fight, yet the WBC want to suspend him. Same people that made him wait 600 days to get a mandatory shot.
This situation would be difficult with any fighter that you promote. You know, it'd be difficult for you to handle, but considering where Dillian Whyte's come from and how he's built himself up to be one of the most beloved fighters in this country, does it hurt that much more?
Yeah, it does, especially when, again, going back to right now, having the evidence that was presented to the panel, in my opinion, absolutely innocent until proven guilty. You know? So, having seen what he's had to go through to get there, that's another reason why I believe him. Do you know what I mean? I don't, but like, again, this will all come out, but people who know Dillian, what he had to go through, the issues he had earlier in his career, he's fought his way to #1. He's on the verge of cracking it. You know, he's a pay-per-view fighter. So, yeah, it's you know, if he is innocent, like I believe, then it's horrendous for him. Horrendous. Like it's probably the worst. Being called a cheat is probably the worst thing as a sportsman you could have. 100%. Doesn't matter whether you're a golfer, right, and you give your ball a little nudge. Do you know what I mean? You don't do that. You follow a code. As a golfer, you will never see, or like maybe once in a blue moon, a professional golfer cheating. If you're a cheat in golf, you're a scumbag. And if you're knowingly taking a substance to improve your physical ability in a fight, in a boxing ring, you're also a scumbag. Right? And I stand by that. And anyone that does it should be banned. So we've got to have a zero tolerance. The problem is with the system is it's all over the place. VADA are great. They report it to the people in the community of the testing, i.e. WBC, British Boxing Board of Control, us, Dillian, Rivas, Yvonne Michelle. They don't impose bans or suspensions. So they catch people but can't do anything about it. UCAD catch people, can do something about it, but it's all confidential. Do you know what I mean? So I'm bound by confidentiality where I can't say anything, and now it's like, oh, you should have told Rivas' team. It's like, well, I would have broken the case against Dillian Whyte. And by the way, once he's cleared to fight, there ain't really a lot to tell you. And I spoke to his promoter last night. If I would have gone to his promoter on the fight morning and said, just to let you know, there was an issue with Dillian Whyte's drug test. He's had a full hearing, provided the evidence, and he's cleared. He probably wouldn't have even told Oscar Rivas because it's dealt with. Do you know what I mean? I know hindsight now, looking back, etc., and the tragedy that we had in the sport last week. It's a terrible timing for everything. But I just think this needs to be looked at globally by the bodies, where there needs to be, I think the commissions need to say, if a fighter fails a test or is found guilty, this is the ban, blanket ban. Right now, he ain't guilty. He's just been cleared to fight. So give him his chance for that all to come out.